My name is Rosalinda Guillen, and I'm the Executive Director of Community to Community Development. We're a small, grassroots-based social justice and movement building organization in Bellingham, Washington. We are about a 40-minute drive from the Canadian border. Whatcom County, the entire county on the north border, is on the Canadian border. And since 2004, we have been doing intense work here around the food system. In that work, we have engaged farm workers, family farmers, and our allies and supporters around improving conditions for farm workers, educating the community about the food system, but from a farm worker perspective. So everything we do in community to community development is from a farm worker perspective. We have done work around worker rights, cooperative development. We spent several years developing cooperatives led by farm worker women and farm workers, the most prominent of which was Las Margaritas, a local catering cooperative that led by farm worker women that even spent 2 years selling really good organic traditional Mexican food at the farmers market. We have a youth program that has been ongoing since 2006 called Raíces Culturales Youth Mentoring Project. Again, this is focused on Latino farm worker youth whose parents are still working in agriculture in Whatcom County. Whatcom County is the #1 raspberry producing county in the nation. So farm workers in the raspberry industry here are a key component of our local economy. So why would Community to Community launch a campaign to end racial profiling when our central focus is food justice? I think because the human rights work that our organization does is around food and food justice. And because farm workers are key to that, and because this is a key agricultural community, since 2005, we have also focused 50% of our time on human rights on the northern border because of the increasing focus that Homeland Security has put on our county since it does border Canada. So our farm worker members over the years have come to us and have been expressing their concern and fear about the increasing number of Border Patrol in Whatcom County. And over the last 4 years, these numbers have grown tremendously. Overall, we hear numbers like 900 federal agents in Whatcom County alone. This is a combination of Border Patrol, ICE, the Coast Guard, and other federal agents that are supposedly protecting our county from terrorism. So what we've noticed in the last 3 years is an increasing use of racial profiling by local law enforcement that then brings in Border Patrol. And together, through this informal collaboration, there has been an increasing number of apprehensions, detentions of farm workers. And we understand, because as an organization we keep in touch and we stay updated with what's happening on a national level with immigration reform. And so we are leaders in the national immigration reform movement, and we know that Homeland Security, and especially President Obama, has instructed the local Border Patrol to only focus on criminal, undocumented people in the United States and to use their resources well. In Whatcom County, that's not happening. They are apprehending families, mothers, children, farm workers, hard-working families that are helping to keep this local economy alive, deporting them, holding them prisoners in the local jails here that Homeland Security has set up. There has been an increasing number of apprehensions from every road that you can think of in Whatcom County. People are being detained by local law enforcement, especially while they are moving from one place to another, like from home to work, like from home to school, like from home to the grocery store. And this has been increasing. And it doesn't matter who's in the car. It could be infants, children, the whole family. They're stopped. Immigration, customs enforcement, or the Border Patrol is called in to quote unquote interpret. And then many of these families are detained by the Border Patrol, and there is no citation given even by the local police. It's becoming very blatant that the reason that local law enforcement is stopping families is not because there's some kind of traffic infraction, but because they're detaining them and calling the Border Patrol. It is that blatant. Community to Community asks your help in supporting our members that are farm workers, that are immigrant families, to launch this campaign, because this is something that they have asked us to do, because the fear is palpable in Whatcom County from our families, from our youth, in having them being able to live their lives in a way that is productive and healthy. So I hope that you take a look at our campaign. Call us if you have any questions. Our campaign is just beginning, but it's become clear that if we don't have the resources to especially hire a campaign coordinator and the materials that we need to launch a public education campaign to our supporters and our community here, we're not going to get to the point that we want to reach. And that point, which is our goal, is to launch a campaign to pass some kind of local policy, whether it be an ordinance or some type of law that prohibits racial profiling by local law enforcement, and the collaboration between local law enforcement and Border Patrol. We know that we can do this at the community level. We don't have to wait for the federal authorities to do something about it, because our community needs it now. Not just the farm workers so that they can have a healthy family, but our local economy that depends on their labor, that depends on their participation in our community, and even law enforcement, who needs to have the trust of these families to capture those criminals, gun runners, and drug agents that are selling drugs to our youth in our community. So I hope that you support us. We need every penny that we can raise to continue to do this important work. Thank you very much, and I hope you consider us.